Hi everyone, good morning. This is Mary Ellen. Pleasure to be with you as always as we sail into the days of this full moon that's coming tomorrow. Lots of messaging coming through. If you're new to my channel, welcome to Moonrise Cottage. My guides are saying they're very happy that Spirit's saying that everyone is assembled here. Basically meaning to pick up the messages. So I work with spirit guides, as I've been doing for many, many years, and basically the messages, and so are you. That's what my guides are saying. So we do this little love reading about love energy, and Spirit says necessarily it hopscotches its way around messaging that has to do with the stream of the energy and the notions of the day that will help people on their journey. So clearly, as we sail into this full moon in Libra, please educate yourself. It's an astounding moment. It's another super moon. A lot is going on. If you haven't seen the love readings for the last couple days about the love relationship that I had permission to just stream forward to you folks, what it is to communicate with someone who's on the other side, who's here, who's in the invisible realm, at least for now, Spirit says. Please go look at that. There's reference to that in the cards that are here. And we are talking, of course, about salmon energy, returning to the source, despite the stream that you have to push against, swim against with your strength. That's part of our human condition. And we're here to have this adventure. I still don't know why, but you know, for some reason, to have the adventures of a salmon, to swim upstream and go back to make our way back to source energy through the adventures that we have here. And clearly it is a sacred shamanic journey. A lot of shamanic journeys come through Moonrise Cottage. There are many of us, as we have our journey, whatever it might be, that are returning to our sacred source. There has been a lot of owl medicine in the last number of, Spirit's talking about months, and it's true. So some of the people that have come through here are of the owl clan, shamanic people, my guides are saying. So yesterday, somebody who will be known to everyone soon as Luminous Warrior, I'm actually producing a small little movie about that, has carried the owl medicine. She's had a very shamanic return, Spirit's saying. Yesterday was out walking and has been having owls come as signatories, my guides are saying. Anyways, to make a long story short, was out walking, saw an owl. It seemed to have been passed, and thought, gee, if only I had a cloth or a towel, I could pick that up and bring it home. And the next day or a couple days later, same thing, out walking, looked down at the path, found a little blue towel, walked a little further, found another owl laying by the path. So clearly something is unfolding for Luminous Warrior, and it does have to do with the shamanic presence of owl medicine. It is here for all of us in these days as we sail into and swim into source energy through a sacred journey. So go to the internet, look up owl medicine. I'm not going to go into that dissertation, Spirit always calls it, but clearly we're talking about the realms of heaven, the upper worlds in the shamanic, Spirit's saying, calling it lingo, you know, in that way of knowing things. And then we have, it's interesting, this little card, the Seven of Art in Soul Tarot. So we're using the animal medicine cards, the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck, and the Journey of Love Oracle, and this is the Celtic Wisdom Oracle. Spirit's talking about it as a shamanic deck. It's my shamanic deck because of my heritage and the way in which my matriarchal lineage handed down my shamanism and my clairvoyance, etc. This is about recapturing a vibration, something that was taken or hidden that could no longer be accessed. And the journey that we had to go on, this individual was one of the bards, one of the poets, one of the wisdom holders, was very sacred and knowledgeable and powerful within the tribe because of the wisdom that they held. And the instrument was stolen in a battle, and it was incumbent upon this person to go under cloak of night to the place where the instrument was being held in order to retrieve it. And the way it was retrieved from the enemy encampment, if you will, it literally turned destiny to have the adventure, the difficulty, if you will, of the crisis that happened and coming to a place of bravery and finding resolution within oneself for the tribe, for the clan. So we're talking about all of humanity. Well, Spirit says through this channel. So what happened is this person had to go, saying under cloak of night, they're talking about the full moon, to the place where the vibration was being held and sit in that place outside the enemy encampment, you know, Spirit saying hidden behind the tree line, and recite poems and mantras and sing the sacred songs of vibration to activate the instrument to literally rise up through the air and return back to the sacred bard who just tucked it under his arm and carried it home. So that's what we're engaged in terms of love energy on this day and these days coming forward into this beautiful moon that we sail into. So beautiful messaging. Thank you, Spirit. We are talking about the realm of heaven. I'm going to read to you a little bit about Salmon, who is the sacred keeper of wisdom and inner knowing, who despite strong river currents will always return to the place of its creation. Its determination is driven by the wisdom of instinct and inner knowing, which yields a sense of purpose that cannot be thwarted by external forces. Coming full circle, salmon medicine people finish what they begin, bringing life's events and cycles to closure. So it's been coming through in all kinds of ways, but we are at another moment of closure and new beginning. So I'm going to jump right into the Rider Waite. We're going to do some discovery, Spirit saying, about this day and the way in which you are being requested to take this journey. What is the energy wisdom of this day, Spirit? What is the message that you'd like us to have, please? Please let me know. Through the cards, Spirit, what is it that you want us to know? Okay, there's a card. Ah, look at that. 8 of Cups. Upside down. I love that. I'm going to put it right there. It is about retrieving. Spirit's talking about the retrieval. Hang on, my cards are all mixed up somehow. Okay. Full moon is there. We are returning to the source. We are not going to walk away. There are many of us at this point that understand the wisdom of what's happening and the way in which our... I got these all turned backwards somehow. The way in which our journey... Okay, Spirit is talking about the connection of these two cards. So 8 of Cups, sadness, defeat in love, walking away from something that doesn't work. And so what we're not walking away from is the journey to go and retrieve our vibration. There's the next card. Beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. The World card. We are definitely coming into a new cycle. It is affecting the entire... Wow, that just flipped upside down and came out. Did you see that? Woo! All right, so... you, Spirit. Oh my God. You know, here's the other thing. You know, when these kind of events come close, it gets very active here. All kinds of things start happening, and my guides, the energy just, I don't even know what to say about it. I guess what you just saw, I hope you saw that on camera. That's what it's like. The energy is just really active. So there we are. Of course. Yes. 9 of Wands, filled with passion, filled with vision, having come through the anxieties and the battles that our inner passion brings to us. And we're talking about this energy. That's the new world that's coming forward. So we're coming close to the end of a cycle. All right, I just want to show you where the cards are at, okay? Coming close to the end of this cycle. And we look back at the past a little bit because we're moving forward. It's a time for us to gain insight because of all the moon activity. You know, secrets are revealed, and the light of the moon that brings things into clarity, into a completion point, culmination point, illuminating the darkness, which is metaphorically so incredibly beautiful. So here we have the realm of heaven, the star card, and look, Nine of Swords upside down. Something's ending. Some anxiety that we have inside of us coming forward. We're going to, again, I think in the light of the moon, it's time to go inward and to bring your, okay, Spirit's calling it your sacred psyche into the ability to stand in the light of the moon and to stand in the moment, not really needing to make any decisions at this point, but to just be fully illuminated with the understanding of how we go forward and just sit in the energy. That's what Spirit's trying to say. They just want us all to sit in the energy and be the hermit for a moment. Okay. Oops, wrong card, Spirit says. So, there's a mystery to this journey of going forward, and it's love energy going forward, clearly, what we call love energy. And, you know, someday we're going to know, Spirit's saying, okay, they want this one. Someday we're going to know what that really means, what it is to have love vibration, the vibration of the universe. Okay, Spirit. Amazing. The things that break our hearts, the things that cause us to feel sorrow and fear and hesitation, all of that is what we're moving beyond. Okay, they want these cards. Yeah, Spirit says. Yeah, okay. So these things that come forward, it is about returning to the source. Okay, here's the cards. Perfect. The High Priestess and the Death card. Have to have them. When we come into a new cycle, some things do have to drop away. So part of, Spirit's talking to me about the death of our psyche and the movement forward into a more cosmic mind. In order to transform those things, okay, thank you, those things that have broken our heart, our collective heart, Spirit's saying, as we come into these days of transformation in 2019, preparing to take up the energy and the clairvoyance. You know, it's part of what I see. There are, you know, again, words, right? So there are a lot of people who are evolving into shamanism, and they are willing to take the path that brings them in that direction because they're tired of carrying the load. That's what's breaking our hearts, okay? Carrying the load of the way society has evolved into this moment. We are becoming willing to put it down, coming to the end of our willingness to feel overburdened. And the thing that burdens us is the inspiration that we have that we've not acted upon. It's really interesting. All right, Spirit wants us up here. So that's what returning to the source is all about. It's very interesting to me. The transformation of the broken heart. And we're talking about psyche because you see how this comes forward? It's very interesting. There are things that are weighing upon the human condition, as we all know. All right, Spirit, can we have one more card, please? And then I'm going to pick from the runes. Yeah, all right, I'm going to take it. Tower. There's something about the way we've been that is going to come crashing down because we are in this cycle of our journey going forward back into the source because we're just tired of it. We're so tired of it, and we want to bring it crashing down. I think those of us that are on shamanic journeys that really understand the vibration of a life cycle, and no matter what your life looks like, and it's being impressed upon me more and more because my own journey deepens. You know, what is it to be standing here in a human form, to have this adventure? Whether it brings you pain or whether it brings you sorrow, there's something deeper going on. It's always true. So the universe is attempting to help us recapture our instrument. And the star card is here, destiny, being aligned with the sacred destiny of the universe, a sacred mind. My guides call it heart mind. I want to show you one more card if I can find it quickly. Spirit, is it on the top, please? So much going forward in these days. But the notion of the star card, it's about being able to see and be in connection with the universe, to see both sides across the veil, to be in the heart and mind chakra. So a lot of people don't know this, but when we develop into our human form and we come through the neural tube, the heart and the neural tube pathway are the first things that form in terms of internal organs, and what they literally do is bond themselves together. The heart and the mind are literally connected through this pathway, and then as we develop further into our human form, those things sort of separate a little bit. But it is the the neural tube Spirit's talking about that stays connected forever, and that is why our heart mind is a chakra. Okay, there's the card Spirit wanted to show. That's the star card as it's represented in Soul Tarot. Isn't that beautiful? So, we see the night sky. Spirit's saying, although it's not true, we're seeing the illumination of the moon, deeply rooted in this sacred place. The two halves of our ability to know ourselves as spirit beings, to feel it, and maybe for one magical moment to retrieve that and bring it home and carry it home to continue our healing and to bring these moments, change the world, right? Stop with this, look back at what has been. It's really interesting to me. Yeah. Moving forward by standing still, going deeply inward in the light of this moon, because these are the aspects that are available to us. This is the destiny point where we retrieve that which we have lost, and we come through the battles that cause that to happen. Because our star is here, our destiny is assured. We're going to move forward into a place of stillness at this full moon in Libra, very definitely, and stand before the high priestess at the entry to the temple in order to have this transformation. When it comes to our heart energy and that which breaks our hearts, and I think part of what breaks our hearts always is not standing in the place that we know we are meant to resolve and to become into returning to the source through a life journey into the heavens. And it does break your heart. It becomes a very heavy burden until finally you get a moment of inspiration and you bring forward the tower. You manifest a tower moment because you walk into the journey of returning to the source and recapturing the vibration. So these things are net positives in this reading. So don't freak out. Don't be afraid. You see how what's turned upside down here and what's turned right side up? We are going to be able to look beyond in order to come into this sacred heart mind, the soul mind, at the full moon in Libra to bring forward this balance and the end of this. I love it. So I will be with you, absolutely all of you. The oracle reading that came out this morning had to do with the shamanic drum. So I was advising everyone, if it feels like the right thing for you, go to the internet, cue up some very sacred drum music that is very calm and trance-like, just like a drone, Spirit was saying, just very quiet, sacred drumming to allow yourself to be in this state while we sail through this full moon moment, where every hour in the world at whatever time that happens, if possible, or while Spirit was saying while you're cooking your dinner. So there's just, as you can tell, that my guides are really active. I'm going to pick from the bag of runes and finish this up for you. Okay, that's beautiful. Oh, I'll grab my book. Here it is. So this is the rune for defense. I'm going to put it right there with the Nine of Wands. Perfect. Thank you, Spirit. And I will read to you right from the book, per usual. So this is about defense and avertive powers. As we are tested to fund the power to avert blockage and defeat, at the same time, we develop in ourselves an aversion to the conduct that creates stress in our lives. Thank you, Spirit. And that's what my guides were talking about. You know, we're coming to the end of a cycle, and we are beginning to move forward, as my guides have been saying, into what humans call the 4D and the 5D, awakened consciousness, awakened heart, mind. Okay, Spirit saying to become the heart-mind chakra. And there's some energy coming through with that. It's swelling up my heart chakra. I'm feeling a little choked up. And that's how I always know that's the message. Something about becoming the heart-mind chakra as a being, as a vibration. You know, heaven on earth through the sacred journey with owl medicine, the owl shaman. It's beautiful. All right, so if there appears to be any obstacle in your path, consider that even a delay may prove beneficial. This is not a time or a situation in which you can make your influence felt. So don't be overly eager to press forward in this moment. Patience is the counsel. This is the rune Awaz. It offers advice. Do not have any hectic actions. Do not act needy. Do not be lusting after a desired outcome. This rune speaks to the challenges that can arise at the beginning of a new life. Often it announces a time of waiting for the spring to fill up with water and for fruit to ripen on the bough. Perseverance and foresight are called for. The ability to foresee consequences before you act is the mark of a profound person. Avert anticipated difficulties through right action. So even more than doers, we are deciders. And once the decision is clear, the doing becomes effortless, for then the universe supports and empowers your actions. Receiving Awaz, you are put on notice that through your inconveniences and discomforts, growth is promoted. This may have been a trying time, and certainly it is a meaningful one. So set your own house in order. Tend to your business. Be clear and wait on the will of heaven. Ooh, 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 ooh. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. My guides are, the word they're using is spinning out. They're spinning out a lot of thanks and a lot of acknowledgement. There are, I believe, come to really believe the notions that I've been holding for many, many years about the people, the identifiers, the tribe, so to speak, that are going to show up here at Moonrise Cottage, because in our own way we resonate together and we bring forward the change that is meant to come through our individual journeys as a group. So thank you for being here. Very truly, I'm very thrilled that you're here to pick up this message, and it is very inspiring to meet all the people who are coming forward, and just to be able to see you and to know that you exist brings me a lot of really pure joy. So Spirit's asking me to take this and put it right over the top, just like that. Have a wonderful day, and I'll look forward to being with you energetically on the day of the full moon. Tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Thank you, everyone. Have a blessed day.